So moving on to the Big East, and there's a lot of buzz around Nebraska, around Omaha, over the Creighton Bluejays. You guys have them ranked 13th overall. I think I see them as high as 9th in some of the rankings. What are your initial thoughts of this Blue Jay squad here in Omaha?
I do think that they're the top team in the Big East. I'm very impressed by what they brought in the transfer portal and Baylor Shireman, who's been able to give the team 9+ rebounds in each of the first 3 games. And it's a new look Creighton team, because a lot of people, when they think Creighton, they think of a team that they're just going to go bombs away from three-point range and play absolutely no defense whatsoever. That's not them. They have a 7-footer in Ryan Kalkbrenner, who I like. He's a good shot blocker. If they have him in that game against Kansas, who knows? They might win that game outright. And you get into the Sweet 16, anything could happen from there. So I do like the overall upside of Creighton. And the biggest thing for them, first few games of the season, Ryan Emhart is not turning the ball over. And that was really his main issue last season when he was out there. He was a very good, gifted player, but sometimes was a little bit out of control. If he could just continue to value the ball a little bit, this is a Creighton team that they should be a top 10 team when it's all said and done, and a team that they could be a force to be able to get to the Final Four if the draw is right for them.
Yeah, Nemhard battled some injuries, and I think that boded well for him as far as his performance this year, because he was able to sit back and actually assess what was going on at the court and assess his game, during that injury as well. Now, Greg, your betting nuggets here on the Blue Jays read like this, that they were 14-5 against the spread as an underdog last season and played 11 of their 15 home games, which if you've ever been to Omaha, that place gets a rockin'. The CHI Center in downtown Omaha, it's just a phenomenal venue. But 11 of their 15 home games hit the under. And that speaks to what you were saying earlier, where this is a new look team, and it started last year where they really started to lean on Kalkbrenner and their inside presence.
Yep, absolutely. And they're going to be going up against a team in UC Riverside on Thursday, where it's another game that I like the under, because UC Riverside, a really slow team. They're looking to pound the ball down low. They're looking to really do a solid job there. They've got a good guard in Zion pulling into I think might cause for a little bit of issues with regards to the Creighton backcourt, but I do think that Creighton is going to be a team that is going to continue to lend a little bit of value to the under. Baylor Shireman certainly helps them out from three-point range, but this is not a Creighton team that you can go out there, expect them to shoot like 40% from three like you've expected in the past, but do expect them to be able to play some terrific low post play, expect them to be able to erase shots at the rim, really be able to win the battle on the glass, and that's the way that Creighton is going to be able to build themselves up, and in my opinion, be the top team in the Big East.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and what I'm really looking forward to in this coming season is the play of Ryan Nembhard. I really think, like you guys were saying, we're going to see a very big downtick in turnovers and a big uptick in his assist numbers. I really think this guy's going to come in and average at least 10 assists a game, and he doesn't really have to be that scoring option like you guys were saying with Kalkbrenner and the three-point shooter there, but you know that he's going to have the ball late if it comes down to crunch time, and we just got to have him make good plays at the end of the day as well. You were talking about the UC Riverside game. I'm seeing the line at 18 points right now. Do you think that is a little too much for the Creighton Bluejays to cover?
I do think it's a little bit too much. I set my line more around a 15.5. UC Riverside, a respectable program, and I mean, we've seen Riverside in the past few seasons knock off the likes of Washington. They had that three-quarters court shot to be able to knock off Arizona State. So this is a team that's knocked off power conferences before. I certainly don't think that Creighton is going to be losing this game outright. That would be a little bit of a red flag. That said, laying 18.5 points, there's going to be better spots for Creighton. They're going up against a Riverside team that they've been used to some ruckus environments, and I do think that they keep it within the number.
Yeah, no, I agree. I really like that. I think UC Riverside, covers. I bet it's about a 15 to 12-point game. I really do like your take with the under there, right under 140 or something, because I just do believe that the Highlanders are going to slow this ball down a little bit. So I really like the under, and I like UC Riverside to cover. But obviously, we're rooting for the Blue Jays to let it fly and win. So I did like what you said earlier about them, taking on Kansas in the tournament maybe, and I see on your betting guide there a plus 750 to make the Final Four. That's not a bad little sprinkle bet right now if looking that far ahead in the season or whatever. I really like that Final Four bet just because they have the team to do it, it seems.
Yep, I do agree with you on Kansas. I do think that they're going to be another team that they're much improved on defense as well. Might not be the same team from three-point range, though. Grady Dick he's someone that I really like being able to shoot from three-point range. You're going to need some of their younger guards to be able to step up just a little bit because they do lose a lot from their Final Four team. But getting Bill Self back out there on the sidelines, because he was not out there in the Champions Classic, that's going to be massive. And having the leadership of Jalen Wilson, who is proving to be very versatile, that's massive too.
For sure.
Very much so. So, Greg, before we let you go, do you have any other little nuggets that you want to send to our listeners' way here?
How about the SWAC conference? They went 73-53-3 against the spread in non-conference play last season.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw the SWAC go 3-0 in their home games against the Pac-12 in that sort of invitational that they were doing this season. So don't sleep on the SWAC. They're a team they're a conference that they're going to get a 16 seed in the NCAA tournament, but the teams, they can make you a lot of money out of conference.
Heck yeah, I really like that. I will definitely be tuning into that, throwing some parlays on that conference for sure.
Mr. Greg Peterson delivers again, the sharp from Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Well, Greg, thanks again for joining us on WTL.
Always do appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen.